You could get touched, bro. They come up right now and just start jumping at us. We shooting back here. It's gonna be a shootout, bro. But we gotta kill somebody.
Listen to Shotty's voice. As you can obviously tell, he is upset. Now, what a lot of people might not forget is that there was actually transcripts of this. There was actually transcripts of this that was actually released. I forgot whose documents they were in. I was trying to look for them. I couldn't find them. But there was transcripts of this. BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, I was at this event the other day. The shit was lit. Y'all should have pulled up. Hey yo, shout out to Dom Life. I wish I had some art for her. I gotta get in contact with her, get some art and stuff like that for her. Shout out to Dom Life. They had like a pop-up shop fashion uh thing show the other day. Um it was dope. I wish more people were there. Maybe next time I'll promote it some, and then maybe we could get get them to say, well, every time we come in with like 10 people and better come in with groups, BBN, maybe then they'll allow for there to be like some kind of discount. We could get in there, we could go there, we could support. Maybe not discount, we should just probably just come fucking support. That's a whole fact. Shout out, let's get this morning started off positive. Shout out King Drew, straight balling, New York Nick, ball, Black Wall, Hilda. How you doing this morning, Hilda? Hilda usually says hey. Today she said good morning. Vocabulary words. Shout out to Dino Love, James Belcher, A Dog. Shout out to Prince to Amir, K Jack. What's up, Vic Star? How you doing today, baby girl? We love Vic Star. Shout out to Let's Talk About It. Shout out to All Sex Money. You already know what it is. Shout out to the Big Hats. Big Hats. Shout out to Jimbo. Who else we got up in here? Sydney Chase. You've been gone for a minute. Now you back. Shout out to Rondo Smitherman. Smitherman? Smitherman. Shout out to Rondo Smitherman. Shout out to Queen Bish. Dead ass. Shout, who else we got up in here? Monica Kendra Whitehead. What's up, lovely E? How you doing this morning? I know it's beautiful. You ain't gotta tell me. Shout out to Ty Carla, the real self, Black Rock Gaming, Cat Spade, Ruju. I don't know how to pronounce that. I say the damn thing different every single time. But Ruju Jones, California Love. What up, California Love? Ain't seen you here in a minute. Appreciate you. I got the tea this morning, by the way, but this is still morning coffee because this is the wake up call. Shout out to YouTubers Media. Says it's a rainy day around here in Tampa Bay. Good morning to everybody in the room. YouTubers Media is another person that don't usually agree with me, and they're not kicked out the chat. I wonder why. Anyway, shout out to Charlie Santana. I said Black Rock Gaming. I think I said Black Rock Gaming. Shout out to Belfast. Shout out to the UK. Shout out to everybody across the pond. You feel me? Let's get it. Even the people that don't even know we exist yet. Shout out to them. And when they find out we exist, show them this video after the fact. They're going to be like, what is this sorcery? Anyway, shout out to Nod Sings. Who else we got up here? Shout out to Rio Martinez. Appreciate you, my brother. Who else we got up in here? Corey Harris, New York. I forgot what that's supposed to say. I'll get around to it. Shout out to NY Your G Moneybags, Tori Mosley. The game is rigged. Ramel Curry. Who else we got up in here? Yourself, Gary. Chopper X. VIP Studio. Tiny Slater. All right. What's up, Mum Rider Living Dead? Ain't seen you in a minute. What up, Rowdy? What up, Oscar? Okay, so them fucking brownies, yo. Them brownies, yo. Yo, hold on. Hold on. Do I got a card? I don't think I got a card. I don't think they had a card. Yo, hold on. Let me check my wallet. This shit shouldn't be in my pocket anyway. Hold on. Let me check my wallet. Let me see if these people got a card. I need to put you on to these mofos. Is this them? No, but this is her homegirl. Is this them? No, but these people, they make dope gear. Is this them? No, this is not them. I'm not sure who this is. This might just be a cool person I met. Oh, I got two of those cards. Give me 1 second. Ooh, shout out to them. This was dope. They had dope gear. Sugar Rush, dope gear. Candles, dope ass candles. I meant to pick up one before I left. I forgot. Dope stuff. Okay, so somebody was asking me about who had the there was a hat that they had a headband that was there. I finally found the card. Okay, all of this stuff is lawyers. I don't got a card for her. She don't got a card. So we got to find out who that brownie lady is, so we can put everybody onto them damn brownies. Them shit, them shit's dangerous. I'm just saying. Anyway, yo, I hope everybody had a beautiful weekend. Another thing I want to get into before we go too much further into this is there was a couple of people that asked me for assistance this week, and I wasn't able to help y'all. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to help. Hopefully in the future, I'll be able to come around and give you some assistance with what you're trying to do. But there's a couple of things that I want to talk about today. One of the things that we want to talk about is this whole Tekashi being signed to Diddy rumor. I just don't see that, but we'll talk about that a little bit further in depth. Matter of fact, we'll look up an article and see what other people are saying about it, and then we'll discuss the topic. So give me a second on that. Another thing that I want to discuss is confidence. I think people don't understand what confidence is. I'll break something down to you real quick. I know an individual, right, who has such a low confidence that if you're around them and you're trying to do something and you believe in yourself, they're gonna try to basically convince you that you are not good enough. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just a topic I wanted to discuss today. Believe in yourself. Don't let other people tell you what you can and can't do. Um, that shit. Don't let people tell you what you can and can't do. Sometimes you have people that attack you, right? And they attack you because they don't have faith in themselves, so they don't want you to get away. You know what I'm saying? Because then people are gonna look at them and say, "You had the same opportunities as this individual. Why didn't it work out for you?" You feel me? So we gotta understand that and pay attention to that. That's a thing. Believe me, that's a thing. I want to put this in the middle of the screen so I can stop looking off like I'm looking to the side. Like I got a wandering eye or some shit. So that's a thing. I want people to understand this. That happens. You have individuals that due to their own lack of self uh awareness or lack of self-confidence, what they're going to do is they're going to attempt to make you feel like you're less than who you are in order for them, because they don't want you to get away. Imagine somebody that has the same exact resources that you have but do less with it. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to take that into mind. We got to take that into consideration. We're going to be talking about that today also. And I would like to have a couple of call-ins today. Oh, and we have the story. I think I'm gonna let it marinate one more day, right? I'm gonna tell you why. So there's a story that's going on with a cabbie that was extradited back to a country he don't even live in. I'm not gonna tell you the whole ins and outs of it yet. I actually have an interview coming up with the individual. I also, because I actually have get groundwork done, I don't wait for people to report it on YouTube and then talk about it myself. I also have a couple of different situations that we're going to be talking about regarding this particular person. I don't want to throw too much out there yet because, dude, last time I played a Sex Money joint on my video, that shit got demonetized. I can't play y'all niggas. Y'all niggas got that BMI attached to y'all name. I appreciate y'all though. But if I play y'all, that means I'm not going to make no money for this video. It's going to demonetize me. But what we will do is we will drop links. We will drop links. Oh, that interview. Yes, the Sex Money Murder interview will be dropping today. Thank you for telling me about that. And we will be dropping, I will put the link, I will start dropping links. My fault, my brother. My fault, my brother. My apologies. My apologies. And we're gonna be dropping links. Sex Money Murder is gonna be no, it's not even a clean version. It's just attached to a BMI. That's it. That's it. That's all. So unless YouTube is contacted to let them know that I have the ability to play certain music, I can't play it because they're gonna think I'm stealing. Anyway, so that's another story because I mentioned something the other day, and it's this weirdo that I only call him a weirdo because they constantly trying to what's up, Bree Power? Appreciate you. I only call him a weirdo because they watch my channel every day, but they also just look for reasons to talk shit about me. That's weirdo shit. So that's why I call him a weirdo. And their content is usually wrong. Yeah, so shout out to them. You actually just making my job easier. The more you make bad content and then also talk shit about me, that just gives me more credibility. So shout out to that. Um. Oh, also, the BBN has teamed with a travel agency. The BBN has teamed with a travel agency. Say that one more time. The BBN has teamed with a travel agency. We will start having raffles, and you will win all expenses paid trips. Give me a second. Who thinks that that's a good idea? Can I get a show of hands? You think that's a good idea? You think that's a bad idea? No, not discounts. All expense paid trips. There's no fine print. All expense paid trips. Um, no, it's actually to a specific resort in a specific country. It's actually to a specific resort in a specific country. Just because I'm curious, anybody ever wanted to go to the Dominican Republic? I'm just curious. Anybody ever wanted to go to the Dominican Republic? We're gonna have. I'm gonna make up an ad spot and everything for people to be able to see exactly what we're talking about. But I guess I could show you a couple of pictures of where I'm talking about, and you could look yourself. But we're gonna make up. I'm gonna have an ad spot. We're gonna have it before the end of the week is up. But if you just want to look at some of what the resort looks like, I had to jump off right here if you just want to look at what some of the resort looks like. Yeah, that's my family. I'm not gonna show them at the current time. All expense paid. All expense paid. All expense paid. Anyway, That's neither here nor there. And there's also gonna be other things you're gonna get. Shout out to G's Up starting a $2 drive. Said Frost, you heard that Can freestyle yet? Nah, I haven't heard it. So basically it's gonna be a raffle, $10 a ticket. We're setting it up right now. I got my team setting it up right now. It's gonna basically be a raffle, $10 a ticket. You could buy as many tickets as you want. Just so you could be clear, you could buy as many tickets you want. $10 a ticket. It's gonna be a raffle. Um, it's yeah, people were disappearing out there last year sometimes, but people disappear in every country. You gotta wonder why they're talking about specific countries. And in addition to that, my peoples go to this resort quite often. Like when I say quite often, I mean 4 or 5, maybe 6 times a year. So yeah, all of my people have came back. So people also get shot in their own cribs through the window by police. Does that mean that you're not gonna go home no more? Oh man, I can't go home. Them damn police is shooting through windows. All expense paid. It's actually when you say it in the phrase, it's all expense paid. Mr. Inside Info, you're not that smart, are you? It's not all expenses paid. It's all expense paid. Yeah. Don't you hate it when somebody try to be smart and then they're doing the exact opposite? Somebody's trying to be smart, but they be like, "Oh man, I'm gonna be smart." No, it's all expense paid. That's the way it's said. That's the phrase. That's the term. Sorry that you weren't as intelligent as you thought you was. But shout out to you. Let's say your name so everybody can know who the idiot was. Stop trying to correct people. Hold on, let's see. Inside info. There you go. Shout out to you. I know we're gonna see what happens. Stop being an know-it-all. Why? Because you said something and I'm right. You see what people say? When you say something and the person's right, they like, why you gotta be a know-it-all? Why you gotta know everything? I just hit that motherfucker with his bags. Why you gotta be right? Why do I gotta be wrong just because I don't know what I'm like? You know what I'm saying? Like this is what they're saying because they don't know what they're talking about. Why do they have to be wrong? What kind of shit is that? That's why you got hit with your bags. Why do I gotta be wrong just because I don't know what I'm talking about? That's how people be sounding to me, yo. I be like, really? Just because you don't know what you're talking about, that you're gonna get mad at me because you don't know what you talking about? That's why a lot of people hate this channel, right? Because they don't know what they're talking about and they get mad if I correct them. Or if they come over here and they talk about some stupid shit. And I be like, nah, you're wrong. And they be like, why can't you let me misinform people? Why you always stopping me from lying to people? That's their mindset. You feel me? Feel me? Anyway, so yeah, that's what they say in Rio. They like, Force man, you smarter than me. I hate your guts. That's what they say. Shout out to you niggas. Part of my language. Yeah, for the ones who want to hear lies, they have a whole channel for y'all. That dude lies all day. You could go over there and support him. That dude don't got nothing but lies over there. Go over there and support him. This ain't the place for you. That's it. So basically, we're about to set up the um we're about to go set up the I got my team on it. We already found a uh a jump off that we might use, a program we might use. We already found the program that we might use. So we're gonna try to set that up for y'all as quickly as possible. And it's probably gonna go. The more entries we have, the more people will take. It's probably gonna be somewhere along those lines. So if we get 500 tickets bought, we're gonna take less people than if we get 5,000 tickets bought. We get 5,000 tickets bought, then we're gonna take a lot of people. I don't know no way to tell you. There's gonna be a lot of winners. How many winners there are is gonna be totally dependent on how many tickets is bought. So the more tickets being bought, not just the more opportunity a person has to win, but also the more slots will open up for people that we'll bring. I've been waiting to get involved in something like a raffle on the channel when we wanted to have the other raffle. I didn't like that we didn't have there wasn't a lot of people participating the way that I would have preferred, but I get it. Like, you got to see that shit work. Um the other referee actually worked, except for that the person that won. They didn't want me to. They didn't want the money. So this is something that everybody should want. What's up, Jesse James? So don't have me go by myself. That's all I can say. Don't make it so don't nobody buy no tickets and I end up going all by myself and enjoying. Because if I go, we're gonna be doing lives out there, right? I do know that, right? If I go, we're gonna commemorate. Okay, I'm gonna say this one time. Can you say all expenses paid? Absolutely. But can you say all expense paid? Absolutely. My whole point was to argue over something like that. You just want to argue. So I'm going to kick you. Can you say they walked out the door? Yes. Can you say they were walking out the door? Yes. You can say both things. They walked out the door. They were walking out the door. They will walk out the door. All of these things you could say. You understand what I'm saying? Now do you see why I just kick people? They just want to argue. So I'm supposed to be talking about this expensive paid thing for the next 2 hours because that person's gonna keep coming back with more accounts to argue with me over this one thing. You see what I'm saying? They is walking out the door. What the fuck, yo? That's how you can tell people that don't go nowhere in life. They pay so close attention to the trees that they miss the whole forest. Can't go nowhere in life. If you're only paying attention to the trees, you're gonna miss the whole fucking forest. That's a whole fact. Well, congrats to you, Tori Mosley. And shout out to not getting kicked. An all expense paid trip. Oh, he doesn't know what expense is. He thinks expense is singular. He doesn't know expense can be plural. I don't know. Anyway, I don't even care. Jesse James says, I was thinking, Jack, remember much back for the trial start? I hit you on IG and told you I have some information on all them dudes because I knew them. My IG is Bike Life J or well, hit me on IG. You could have just messaged all of this to me on IG instead of just putting it right here. Oh, and it includes the person there and it includes 2 excursions, by the way. There's gonna also be 2 excursions, which I take to mean 2 trips or two no. Let me and transportation to the resort in a limo, flocked, fully stocked, and to and from resort, all transportation, all everything is paid for. Now it's not a cruise. We're gonna get it up. It's gonna be $10 a ticket. You know, I don't know. The more people that enter, the more seats that we're gonna actually have, or the more flexibility we're gonna have with the number of people that we could bring out there. I don't know. I'm not paying no attention to Jesse. I don't know why Jesse would have to put all that information here if he says that he has my IG. So that don't make sense. But we don't got a boat cruise going yet. Do you have a start date on the contest? We're gonna have all the information, hopefully everything out by this week. Julio Medina. Shout out to Julio Medina. You've been going for a minute. Joining the $2 drive says, good morning. Could I get one back? Good morning, my brother. People want to be skeptical. They could be skeptical all they want. These are the actual photos of the place. I mean, it's not like I can bring people onto the platform and interview people who's already been taken out there. So what the fuck? This is one of the parties right here that people are at right here. So one of the clubs or whatever the case might be. Damn, why do I look like all women? That's my brother right there. Look like all women in there. All women in DR. Wonder what they're there for. All women in DR. I wonder what they're there for. I'm just saying. I'm trying to tell y'all. People think I don't know. People, you don't believe it, don't believe it. I don't know what to do. Yes, we can't have people that call in that went. Some chick is gonna try to win the damn jump off just so she could get a free trip out there so she could go get a damn butt lift. Like I'm gonna win that jump off, man. I'm gonna buy some tickets, go get this free ass butt lift. Shout out to whoever's that idea. Weekend was good. Weekend was good. But just letting y'all know this is what we have going. Oh yeah, reminding me, you hit my phone going off. You don't go alone, by the way. Each winning ticket, you bring a friend. Each winning ticket, you bring a friend. Each winning ticket, you bring a friend. No, no, no. I just kicked that person. What the hell? Make them go get another account. Bring us another view. You can tell when people are going to keep coming back. Let them keep coming back and bring us another view. Kick them. They do more for our page than we do for theirs. I'm not doing nothing for nobody page I don't like. That's a whole fact. Shit, there's some people that I actually like and I can't get around to helping them yet. There's a good chance, it's better than a good chance I am also gonna go. That's a whole fact. If we could get enough, if we could get it done the right way, we're gonna go up there, shoot some segments. We'll start doing morning coffee and a tonight show from out there, you know, and it could be a live studio audience situation. I could see that happening. What's in the cup? It's early in the morning. It's tea. Yeah, people don't know how it is in the Dominican. Each winning ticket brings a friend. Making sure I don't forget nothing. Each winning ticket, you bring a friend, so you don't go alone. So anybody that's couples, if you just want to go, you and your homegirl, you want to go, you and your homeboy, each winning ticket, you bring somebody. Just don't drink the free liquor. Not for nothing, but I don't generally go anywhere and take anything that's free. I don't know what that spoon shit is about. I need you to tell me what that spoon shit is about. DM it to me or IG it to me, Rio. I don't know what people want to bring with them. What the hell are you talking about? And could I also say I appreciate all of y'all that every time we go somewhere and Ladybug pop up, everybody we got a ton of people that shout out to y'all motherfuckers, part of my language. Shout out to y'all mofos loving Ladybug more than y'all love me. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Now let's get to the we've been in here 40 minutes bullshitting and talking about this stuff and a whole bunch of other stuff. Let's get to the actual topic of the conversation. Um Real quick. Oh, that's what they talking about? Yeah, kick those people. Yeah, what you mean she's still on the scene? Ladybug is dope as shit. Um, what we going to? Real quick quest. Who believes that Diddy is going to wait? Why was game is rigged? Why you hit him? I don't know. Why you hit the game is rigged? All right, he did it one time. Let's unhide him. Game is rigged is unhid. Let's not hide him. He did it one time. We don't know why. I don't. The game asks you something. He asked me something a minute ago. What the fuck he asked me? I don't know about nobody being fooled. Don't nobody ask me about nobody being fooled. I don't know about nobody being fooled. Period. If I knew about somebody being fooled, that ain't my business. So please don't ask me about shit like that. That's not my business. I'm not involved in any kind of foolishness going on with anybody else in their life. Okay, so we're gonna read this article real quick from Hip Hop Overload. I'll tell you my opinion on it. Shout out to Hip Hop Overload. We using it. I don't know how correct or incorrect any of this shit is. So I'm gonna tell you what I think about this after the fact. We're gonna read this article from Hip Hop Overload real quick though. I don't want shit from these guys. I don't want nothing from these guys. I'm not subscribing to them. It says Tekashi 6ix9ine may be in prison right now, but he can't stop winning. It seems like. Last week, news broke that 6ix9ine will be signing a $10 million record deal with 10K Projects once released from jail for 2 albums. Now we have more info and breaking news on 6ix9ine. Now we hear that 6ix9ine will be hiring music icon Diddy, aka Puff Daddy. How do you have time out? How you gonna say what this guess is otherwise known as? But how you gonna say both of the dudes' nicknames? Like both of the but I guess he is otherwise known as Puff Daddy. But I mean, I would expect somebody to say Diddy, otherwise known as Sean Combs. Anyway, see, they brought us another view. Shout out to you. Hit that like on dislike or that like. You're a fanboy. It don't matter which one you hit, but hit one of those. Um, Now we hear that 6ix9ine was hiring music icon Diddy, aka Puff Daddy, to be his new manager. 6ix9ine feels that Diddy has the script that will keep him on the straight path and that Diddy can help him become the megastar that he was in pace of being. He also loves the fact that Diddy is a very protected with a strong crew and that nobody in the industry ever tries to cross Diddy. 6ix9ine feels it is the safest and smartest bet in his career. Stay tuned for more updates. Okay, one, I don't know where they're getting any of this information from. This is posted October 16th. Today's the 21st. That was about 5 days ago. I don't know where to get any of this information from. I can't say without a shadow of a doubt that anybody is lying or telling the truth. But what I will say is this: I have not heard anything about. I have not heard anything at all about Puff Daddy and 6ix9ine being an item behind the scenes. Now, up here in the major media, I keep seeing. Well, I can't even say we could call hip hop overlord made the media, but they bigger than me most likely. So shout out to that. But I don't know why this is a thing. This might be something that somebody just brought up. I think this is just something that somebody brought up. I don't think anybody has any substance on this. I've been speaking to a couple of people that are pretty tight in the situation, and every single person has told me that this Diddy shit is a no go. Um, Besides that, I don't even know if Diddy would want to get involved in this, but I could see why. He's supposed to be Bad Boys. Like, how can you bring somebody into Bad Boys that is a person who literally went on the stage and snitch? That doesn't even make sense. So I don't know what this is about. All I know is whoever started this story, you are definitely hurting your credibility if this turns out to have no legs. If this turns out that this is not nowhere near true, whoever started this rumor, you are hurting your credibility. Absolutely. I don't see any reason why Diddy would want to get involved in this, to be honest with you. I don't care how much. Do y'all understand how many millions of Diddy's? Do y'all understand how much money he got? He don't need this. All right, no. The game is rigged. Please don't talk about nobody being fooled no more. If you bring that up again, I'm gonna have to let you go. We're not doing that. I don't do that. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what kind of beef y'all trying to bring to my channel. I don't know what kind of I don't know what kind of beef anybody is trying to bring over here. But once I see people making comments that sound like they trying to start beef, I don't really want them here, and that's why he kicked you. But I brought you back. So please don't do whatever you're trying to do. Appreciate you. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't care about none of that other stuff. Yeah, Diddy has a lot of money. I don't see why he would need to bring on the problems that he could get associating himself with Tekashi 69. I think this is the popular, but the reason why people might be believing this, although I do not think this is it at all, the reason why people might actually be believing this is because prior to getting locked up, 6ix9ine has something to do with 50 Cent. And as far as I know, 50 Cent and Diddy are not even cool. Am I wrong to say that? 50 and Diddy, aren't they usually arguing? Usually when 50 brings up Diddy name, usually when 50 brings up Diddy's name, shout out to Killer Cab. Usually when 50 brings up Diddy's name, isn't that usually a negative thing? Yeah, Diddy 50 is usually going at Diddy. So I don't understand what kind of sense it would make that somebody who's been a known 50 Cent affiliate in 6ix9ine would then go work with Diddy. Like I don't even understand. I don't like this doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why so many people believe it. That's probably why somebody said Jimmy Jam started that. Somebody just put that in the chat. And that's probably why that's why certain people was hitting me up and telling me how much they don't like that particular guy's channel. They all like y'all don't know what kind of doors y'all close sometimes. Like some of y'all out here that's on YouTube doing videos, y'all don't understand what kind of doors y'all closing. Y'all closing a lot of doors before you even get into the room with the attach where the door's gonna be. Y'all just closing doors. Stop, listen. Okay, I'm gonna explain something real quick. I hope this only takes a second. I don't mean to hold everybody time up, but this is important. When you have a YouTube channel, when you are a content creator, I understand you want to make your loyalist supporters happy. But sometimes doing the thing that's going to make your loyal supporters happy is going to hurt your overall career. I had some people here before who were very loyal supporters of the BBN network, but they wanted me to do things that was going to hurt me down the line. They were going to hurt me in the future. They were going to make it so my channel probably has a 3 to 4 year life expectancy because of the way that they were carrying on and because of the way that they wanted me to report stories that wasn't organically the way I feel about it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you support me, that don't mean that you come to me and tell me what to say. If you support me, that means that you have a respect that even if I mess up, you know what I'm saying? It's not because I knew I was going to mess up, but because it's just something that happened. Yeah, you could donate the Cash App, my brother. Somebody put the Cash App up. The Cash App's actually on the stream. Um, Cash App is just fine. Appreciate you. So, yeah, people prefer to donate to Cash App. That's just fine. Um, so I say all that to say this. If I would have been paying attention to a majority of those people that was trying to get me to do my channel or do this channel the way that they wanted me to do this channel, we wouldn't be on the Tekashi story. I wouldn't have half of the contacts that I have now. I wouldn't have half of the support that I have now from people inside of the industry, from people in the streets, from people just in just numerous different places. I can't really even speak about it. But I wouldn't have half of the support that I have right now if I would have paid attention to these people. And instead of these people thinking, you know what? Jack Frost was right. They're not, they're just upset that they, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can't even say, well, damn, Jack Frost was right. Even after I've been proven to be right. They just want to look for different reasons to be angry now. Um, Staircase Radio says, I honestly don't see an established company like Bad Boy, Rock Nation, etc. dealing with 6ix9ine. It's gonna be a company that's first of all, he's gonna be signing the 10K projects. He's gonna be signing the 10K projects. How you gonna say that Diddy is his manager? What up? We got a 2.0 in the house. What up, Flock of Stone? He's gonna be signed to Ding 10K projects. I don't understand how that makes sense that Diddy is now gonna be. Well, okay, first of all, who does Diddy manage? Does Diddy manage anybody other than maybe his kids? Trippy Red's on 10K projects. Does Diddy manage anyone other than maybe his kids? Who's Diddy managing? Diddy isn't even managing anybody. He manages French. My point is, you think Diddy French is his artist? Okay, but you think Diddy doesn't manage anyone. Thank you, Red Rick. He's not managing anyone. That's my point. That's my whole point. Diddy isn't managing anybody. Like this, the whole thing don't make sense. Somebody just came up with that one day, put it out on the internet, and people start biting. Well, a lot of people reported that that was a thing, Flavor Nation. So let's not come in here trying to disrespect people. We don't do that on this page. Somebody said he was his artist. Was. I don't know. But as far as I know, Diddy doesn't manage anybody. French is signed to Bad Boy. It would make sense that if Diddy did manage somebody, they would be signed to his label. Why the hell are you gonna manage somebody's product? That's like saying Johnson and Johnson is gonna help some other company make the best baby powder ever. Coca-Cola is gonna help Pepsi make the best soda ever. That's like this is literally what you're saying when you say that Diddy is gonna manage a guy that ain't even on his label. Diddy used to manage. Oh man, you guys are crazy. Diddy used to manage. I'm just saying he doesn't currently manage. I don't think he manages anybody. Whack 100 is not managing him. People come here and argue public info with me all day and be upset when they're wrong. Yeah, Morning Coffee's gonna be up later. That's called an advisor. He advises them, and ain't nothing wrong with that. He probably managed the Pussycat Dolls at one time. If you listen to what the Pussycat Dolls said about their career, they was basically high paid prostitutes. I don't see any reason why Diddy should be managing anybody. Whoever's on the internet saying Diddy is managing people, they gotta show me something other than what this other guy said it. You gotta show me something. Later, Hunter. You gotta show me something. I don't even. Somebody said that this rumor started off with Jimmy Jam's TV channel. Somebody said that. I don't know if that's true. I'm not saying that. I don't know where this damn rumor started. But if this rumor did start off of Jimmy Jam's TV channel, first thing I gotta say is salute to you because you got everybody talk about this bullshit. The second thing I gotta say is you might want to stop putting out joke news on a channel where you also want people to take you seriously about other topics or even about that topic. You want people to take you seriously, so you might not want to put out joke news on a channel that you also want people to take you seriously unless you make it overly obvious that this is not serious. Oh, so somebody else said it. I don't know who said it. I don't know who said it, but I know after he made the other video the other day talking about 6ix9ine gonna sign the Wu-Tang. I mean, when you put a video out saying 6ix9ine is gonna manage Wu-Tang, 6ix9ine is gonna have a management team. You probably don't know what a management team does, JJ. Everybody needs a management team. Everybody needs a management team. You need one. You can't do everything that you need done. Yeah, he's just taking his. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know what was going on with anybody else's channel. I'm also not trying to speak negatively about the dude. Shout out to him. I hope whatever he's doing over there works out. He said his management team is working right now, putting out this false information. You need a management team because you need to be able to have communications with people that you can't talk to directly. You could tell it's under Diddy's management because he teaches them all to dance the same way, leaning down, swinging from side to side. I just don't think that it'll be if I was doing well, I wouldn't want to bring it on those headaches. That's all I'm saying. Oh, shout out to that then. Yeah, but he has to put that it's a joke in the title. That's my point, Rick. I'm not trying to bash him, but he got to put joke in the title. I'm telling you right now, if he would have put joke or parody in the title, that video would get more clicks. Work the algorithm. Shout out to Jonathan. Appreciate you for the donation. That video gets more clicks. If he put like somehow to let people know that it's a parody or it's a joke in the title, the video gets more clicks. YouTube sends it out more. YouTube loves promoting comedy. So if you put it's a joke or it's something like that, YouTube is gonna send it out more. It's gonna get more clicks. So he might be angry, or his subscribers might be angry because they, people in his community might be angry because they think I'm bashing him. But in reality, I'm giving him game right now. Put that it's a parody. YouTube is gonna send that shit to everybody. Put it in the title. YouTube put parody in the title, and YouTube is gonna send that shit to everybody. Okay, first of all, this is not negative energy. Us talking about the actual title of the video. The title of this video, just so we could be clear, is basically is Diddy going to manage 6ix9ine. So therefore, everything involving that, including rumors and facts, fall under the cusp of that conversation. So then me talking about things that fall under the cusp of that conversation is not me entertaining negativity. That's literally me talking about the story. What the fuck? now, now y'all see why I kick people? Do y'all understand why some people just get hit with bags? Do you understand? Or sometimes I just be like, nope. People with bags. Let me tell y'all what this dude wrote real quick, just so you can understand. Just like some people just, I don't know, man, I don't know what to tell you. So the person writes, Frost, you a funny dude. Double talk all the time, be like, I think whoever started the rumor, but then you shoot his shot, sake of my head, then in the next breath, be like, nah, I'm not trying to entertain negativity. This is literally the name of the video is Morning Coffee. Did Tekashi hire Diddy as a manager? Somebody comes into the chat, says that the rumor allegedly started on a YouTube channel. I talk about that. And then talk about why. I mean, I don't know if it started there, but I've seen something else that happened on the channel that they could have did a little bit better. What in the hell? Like, I'm trying to tell you, some people just retarded. I don't know what to tell you. Like, sometimes people just do stupid shit. Sometimes people just do and stay stupid shit. And I'm just like, this is above me. I don't know what to tell you. This is totally above me. Like, what in the hell? Is it safe to say that some of those individuals are like 12-year-olds trying to probably some of the things that people saying to here to me, you can't be an adult. I'm just come on. Who are you fooling? Like, you can't be an adult. Like, even if you're 30 years old, we know that your brain is still working on 15-year-old time. You can't be an adult. That shit ain't possible. Look at some of these comments. The admins know what I'm talking about because some of the comments they make, they don't come through. So the admins see the comments right along with me. But you could just look at some of these comments and you just be like, what in the fuck? Part of my language. Uh, Jeff Russell says, what up, Frost? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. The name is Roxana. I just share an account with my husband. Well, shout out to both of you all. People are so gullible these days, they fall for everything. Just like this case, people read headlines and form opinions off of headlines. People was reading headlines and making whole entire videos. So yeah, that was happening. People was reading headlines and making whole entire videos off of headlines. That's crazy. That's crazy. Whole entire videos. Still happening apparently. People be like, oh, somebody said that thing in the headline. I'm gonna make a 20-minute video about it. They don't even know nothing. Okay, half of the time when people say that they buffering, they not buffering. They just saying that to try to distract me. Okay, the person came in, announced themselves so everybody could see them, and then they said they was buffering. And also acknowledged themselves as being a female. So please, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Whenever I see anybody come in and then immediately acknowledge themselves and I don't already know them, I already say troll. Troll. That's what I say. So admins, now y'all know what I'm looking at. I need 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I need 1 second. My fault, my fault. My apologies. It took me a minute because after I got back, actually I had to scroll and look at what people were saying first. Because what happens is people wait for me to leave and then they say some crazy shit. Like there was this one guy, Barber Life. I come back, he said some weird shit. I didn't know why nobody ain't kick him. And then somebody kicked Charlie Santana. I don't know why Charlie Santana was kicked. He said, "Well, shout out to your weak ass Wi-Fi." Why would you kick Charlie Santana for saying that? I don't understand why you would do that. I need explanation for that. Barber needed to be kicked. We should be kicking Jeff Russell. Bong, straight out the door. No, I don't know who Jeff is. Jeff is just doing some weird shit. Shout out to Mayhem. Jeff's just doing some weird shit. Kick him straight out the door. What the fuck? You want to know the funniest shit? I'm gonna tell you the funniest shit. I'm gonna tell you the funniest shit. So remember when we was covering Tekashi before, and all people was talking about coming here talking mad trash, like, yo, stop covering the Tekashi story. Why you keep talking about Tekashi? And we have people come here every day talking about that every day. Stop covering Tekashi. Stop talking about Tekashi. Stop talking about Tekashi. All day, every day, right? Everybody's talking about Tekashi now, right? Everybody's talking about Tekashi. I just want to throw that out there. Everybody talking about Tekashi now. What up with that? Well, yeah, I'm actually spreading facts. I'm actually spreading facts, so shout out to that. But yeah, YouTube media is okay. Don't worry about them. I was covering Tekashi when nobody else was covering Tekashi. So why would you ask me would people jump off of would I jump off a building to follow anybody? If I let it see what I mean, people don't understand English. Cameron Smith, who we're about to kick out in a minute. Could we all get bags for Cameron Smith? Because he's about to get kicked by him dead in the face with his bags. So I just said that people were telling me to stop covering Tekashi while nobody else was covering Tekashi. So how was that me being a follower? I would have been I would have been following if I would have stopped covering Tekashi. But by me keep covering Tekashi while nobody else was covering Tekashi, how can I be followed? Do you understand that these motherfuckers is retarded? I'm about to hit you with your bags. There you go, Cameron Smith. Dead in the face. Matter of fact, we're gonna hit you with some boomerang bags. We're gonna hit you with those bags. Then it's gonna come back and hit you a second time. We hit them with them boomerang bags. Get the hell up out of here. You stupid shit. I mean, I don't know why Cameron doesn't have a channel of their own. Hey, Cameron, why don't you have a channel of your own, Cameron? You know, you could just, start uploading videos. You could just start uploading videos, Cameron. And then you don't have to complain about other people's channels if you have your own channel, right? We don't use the N word, Wiz. We try not to, at least. I try my best. Sometimes I slip, but we try not to use the N word. I 100% agree with you, Rojo Rick. Rojo Rick said, Red Rick says, people didn't want 6ix9ine reported on or the case reported on because they wanted to put out their own BS and lies and push agendas. You know how much bullshit will be out there right now about 6ix9ine, right now about Treyway, right now about all the people involved in this particular case if I wasn't reporting on this shit? You know what kind of information to be out there about dudes? A whole lot of lies. If I wasn't reporting on this case, a whole lot of lies would be out there in the world. Look at the channels that try to dispute me. You can see it for yourself. People have whole entire channels dedicated to saying that I'm wrong about shit that was just verified in the court. Red Rick goes on to say, but BBN told the truth about the case in 6ix9ine, and people are mad because their agenda didn't get pushed as well about him being a snitch, lie, or bad stuff. Well, he didn't snitch. Let's be honest. And there's a good chance he lied about a couple of things. But the point is that there was an agenda out there. Yeah, absolutely. I was going to the courthouse. That's a whole fact. I have no idea if anybody is watching what I'm doing. I don't want to get into those arguments with people. But I do fuck with Complex and I fuck with Academics. I like what Academics is doing over there. You keep it a whole stack. Um, I would not expect him to say, well, shout out to the BBN Network or Jack Frost, but I like what he's doing over there. Yep, and then Crippy verified my facts and certified. That's a whole fact. We're gonna have some more of Treyway members come on the channel and talk. Definitely gonna. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you particularly what I think happened. Um, I don't have an agenda. That's basically it. I don't have an agenda. A lot of other people seem to, whether they do or they don't, I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, but a lot of other people seem to have agendas. I don't have an agenda. Appreciate you, Life Money. Life Money said that's a fact. You was on deck, head on. I respect what you're doing at the courts. Makes you official, bro. Appreciate you, Life Money. Well, see, I don't have a problem with people taking info, but sometimes I'm like, give me a shout out. Be like, yo, BBN was on point. Like, help out my fucking jump off. If you ain't gonna help my jump off out, contact a nigga. I'm not saying that he is getting anything from you or anybody is getting anything from you, but contact a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Difference between journalism and blogging. There's a fact. And I think I don't have a bias. I'm not I don't I'm not trying to Rojo Rick said, yeah, Michael Ortiz was real quick to speak up when he got brought up for lying on morning coffee that morning. Shadow watches how Mike. I fuck with Mike Ortiz though. Shout out to Mike Ortiz. Shout out to Mike Ortiz. I fuck with him though. I like him. I like Michael Ortiz. He's cool. He took it like a champ. You feel me? Some people they can't take it like a champ. Some people they wrong. They get called out for it. They gonna make YouTube channels about you and go join communities to try to get you off of the internet. Some people are just adults and they get and then they like, all right, it is what it is, you know. Michael T's, I like Michael T's. I don't got a problem with nobody, yo. People got problems with me. Tori Mosey says Ack already knows these things. He just has to put it out if Force reports it first, so BBN doesn't get the credit for exposing it. It's all media games. I would be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet. Shout out to them though. Red Rick says he's the one that pushes the lies for TMZ about 6ix9ine though. I don't know. He was has a job still. Harvey got to know they're pushing bad info. Hmm. Hmm. Well, he worked for TMZ that day he called in, and he is pretty close with MTA Bookings. I think they're cool. Him and MTA Bookings is cool. I think I might be right. I might be wrong. I don't know. Wiz says we are judged based on what people see and hear from those of our own kind. What could you think of us just based on the music in these videos that do nothing but promote positivity? I'm kind of confused with where you're going with that, Wiz. Tori Mosley says, I majored in journalism. They teach you in school how major media outlets scoop smaller media info, even if they already had it, so the smaller media doesn't gain momentum. That's a whole fact. Red Rick says he's Tashia's friend. Shadi shouted him out in the interview. That speaks volumes, Jack. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Shout out to Big Star with the donation. Appreciate you, baby girl. You the best. Copy. Um, Big John says I used to look at other channel and but I drop everyone else and will only donate to you and only watch your channel. You're a real dude. He said, my love, bro. Appreciate you. That's a whole fact. Mike Jones comes in and says, not our Mike Jones, but a Mike Jones come in and says, Ross, I believe 50 Cent gonna help 6ix9ine. Let me make sure there's no N words in that. Okay, no N words. I believe. Hold on. Excuse me. I believe 50 Cent gonna help 6ix9ine back on the map just to fuck with Jim Jones because he hate them dudes. He already says. He already keeps saying he's ratting. It's crazy. I just don't think 50 Cent is the guy that you want to argue with in the media. That's just my opinion. If you got to argue with somebody online, choose somebody besides 50 Cent. Rojo Rick says Michael Ortiz should say who sold the video to 6ix9ine, putting the hit out. Why isn't that reported since the case is over? Shit, I know answers to. Anyway, the shit I know, y'all say stuff sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes y'all say stuff and I just stop and I be like, should I report on this shit? And it be shit I know answers to. I'd be like, nah, I'm gonna leave that alone. Shout out to JJ for the donation. He says, any word on Kuda and his thoughts on I try to find out about Kuda this week. Any word on Kuda and his thoughts on 6ix9ine? Seems that from the outside looking in, he hasn't said anything negative about 6ix9ine. Is it true that 6ix9ine bailed him out? BB the truth. I need that on the shirt. On some merch. We do have everybody. Admins. I want all the admins to please put up our 10% off. We have a 10% off all merch. right now we have a 10% off all merch at the BBN store on in our Teesprings BBN store. We have 10% off all merch. So I hope I wrote that right. I think I miswrote it on Teesprings. We got 10% on all merch. So you could go there right now. You get 10% off at all admins. Put that up. So 10% off all merch. Yeah, but I just want all the admins to put it up so people can see what it is. All right, hold on. So it'll be 10%. 10% off all merch. All right. Like personally, like me just talking about the whole I keep hearing that 6ix9ine bailed him out. I have not heard different. I keep hearing 6ix9ine bailed him out. I have not heard different. I don't know what to tell you. I keep hearing 6ix9ine bailed him out. I have not heard different. Also, I think he was like defending 6ix9ine over something or other that had happened. Somebody was trying to talk crazy. He was like, nah, da, 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 da. You understand what I'm saying? He was defending him. So, I don't know how accurate this is. I know a lot of these brothers is mad at 6ix9ine for getting on the stand. I would assume that if I was them, I would also be pretty pissed that he got up on the stand. Somebody said, did you hear DJ Punch got beat up and robbed for his chain and laptop? I did hear about that. Not for nothing. I did hear about that. I saw somebody put up some posts on IG. Let's see what it said. If we got something right here. I did hear about some posts going up on IG. I don't know if he got robbed. I hope he didn't. It says October 29th, 2018. Okay, so this is an old post that he got robbed October 20. It got posted October 29th, 2018. So I don't know if y'all talking about this or if Punch is just randomly getting robbed over and over again. But this is the number one reason why I tell people don't be on the internet being a tough guy. I guess no, it's not being reported. If anybody got any information on it, send it to me. Wait, hold on. That's not DJ Punch. Pardon me. This video that thing I just showed y'all, it just says Sucker Punch. That was not DJ Punch. That was not DJ Punch. My apologies, DJ Punch. My apologies for anybody that support him. This is not about DJ Punch. It just says Sucker Punch. So yeah, I don't hear nothing about I don't see nothing about DJ Punch in the actual media news. I did see it on IG. On IG, I seen it. I need to blow my nose, but I don't know nothing about whatever. But I did see it on IG. Hold on, I gotta be right back. I'm sneezing. I'm sneezing and everything. I need to go blow my nose. Be right back. just so we could be clear on something. Social media takes away your privacy so much. Motherfuckers are confused and self-snitching on it. Yeah, people are self-snitching all day. But just so we could be clear on something, um, as far as with the video that Tekashi said on whatever the hell that was sent in and TMZ posted, TMZ actually, I mean, pardon me, Tekashi had people that was around him all day, every single day, taping. They were documenting everything that they did. So there's no telling. There is no telling who actually is the individual. I mean, there is telling, but it could have been anyone. Sorry about that. Trife Drew and Andrew filmed him, but they're his good friends. I think it was something else, maybe Punch. Everybody keeps blaming Punch. Mike Jones said he read off the comment. He thinks I should read. I swear, if I shouldn't read this comment, if this comment is not worth me reading and I'm strolling up, I'm gonna hit you with a timeout. I don't see the comment. You gotta have to re-comment it. Okay, here it goes. 6ix9ine made it legal to snitch in the rap game. Even Troy Ave said, fuck that. He's taking a stand in November and dropping my album in November. Dudes ain't playing no more Frost. You think 6ix9ine made it? First of all, it's always been legal to snitch, so I don't know what you're talking about. When you snitch, the government is gonna come and get you and say you shouldn't have never helped us put those criminals behind bars. It's illegal. So it's always been legal to snitch. Let's just make that clear. That's one. Two, why everybody acting like 6ix9ine was the only person that ever snitched on somebody? Y'all favorite rappers been snitching on people for years, but that's not what we talking about. So what are y'all talking about? Y'all favorite rappers been snitching on people for years. Why everybody act like 6ix9ine is the only person that ever took a stand and talked? Why is people acting like 6ix9ine is the only person that ever gave up um information to get somebody locked up? Your favorite homeboy on the block right now that everybody calling a hitter, he probably snitched on somebody. You feel me? Your favorite homeboy on the block that got all them chicks, always got the diamonds on, rolling around in all the nice cars, fly watches, always dripping. He might have snitched on somebody. So I think people need to be just a little bit more mindful when y'all talking about this whole snitch thing. Because yeah, he snitched, but he didn't create it. It's not like he snitched and people was like, I didn't know that was a thing. Like it never existed until Tekashi popped up. It never existed. It was never a thing. It was never a thing. Nobody even knew what it was. Like Tekashi took the stand and people was like, what is this? What's this thing? They called up Webster. They said, we need a word. They didn't hear Webster right. Webster was like, I got a itch. But they thought he said, I got a snitch. It was like, snitch. Perfect. You're going to use that word since nobody has ever done this before Tekashi. Anyway, JJ Jordan the $5 drive, he says, we have this don't snitch policy, but how is it acceptable to have cops on your payroll? Is that not a roundabout way of snitching? I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, in my opinion. Right? I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, in my honest opinion. The problem is this. Everything is the machine. Everything revolves, go around, works together. You have to have a certain amount of crime in order to be able to control the population. Everybody thinks that we're controlled through media. This is 100% true. But what absolutely controls us even more than the media is crime. Think about it. Crime controls us more than anything. If you get a person out on that street right now that's going to walk around and start doing serial killing, that's going to control the way people start dressing. It's going to control the way people start moving. It's going to control what events people do and don't go to. If you have a neighborhood out there where if you wear a certain color in that particular neighborhood, people aren't going to wear that color in that neighborhood. You're controlling that neighborhood with the threat of crime. If there's a belief that this particular bank it gets robbed all the time, you're probably not going to put your money in that bank. Crime controls everything. So whenever the federal government or the government just in particular, and I'm not talking about the actual agents, I'm not talking about the FBI agents specifically, I'm not talking about every specific individual police officer, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about when the people that actually make decisions, the politicians, when they decide they want to make a run for something, you know what they tell you? We got to get tough on crime. Because they understand the dynamic that crime controls people. You want to know why them Trinitario dudes had to absolutely go away for the rest of their lives? Because there can't be a fear of that. We can't have the fear of people not being able to walk down the block and spend money. We can't have the fear of people not feeling safe enough to go outside of their home and spend money. We can't have that fear. We can't have the fear of people not wanting to use public transportation. You get what I'm saying? Those fears can exist. You go down to 42nd Street. You want to know what you see when you go down to 42nd Street? Shout out to Tori Mosley. Keeping the $5 drive alive. Says Frost ain't lying. Journalism schools teach you to start every newscast with crime. Remember next time you watch the news. So they can't have a fear. When you go down to 42nd Street, you know what you see down on 42nd Street? You don't just see police officers. You see, I don't know if them dudes is a National Guard. I don't know what part of the military these guys are. But you see military down there. That's who you see down there. What up, Derek? That's who you see down there. You see military. You go down to 42nd Street. Why? Because they have to make sure that people feel comfortable going down there. It's important for there be no crime on 42nd Street. It's very important that there is no crime, that there is zero crime on 42nd Street. Zero crime. So let's go back to this Tekashi case for a second. These guys pull up and rob a dude at gunpoint in a fucking building down there, in that area. Also, in addition to that, they shoot at another building. Think about that for a minute when people say Tekashi got everybody jammed up. Forget the whole CIA Chris dude. We're not even going to talk about that guy. Let's talk about this for a second. Time freaking Square. These dudes went down to Times Square, pulled up in one building and robbed a person. This building that probably has millionaires walking in and out this building at any given minute. That have people walking in and out this building that controls the direction of our economy every other minute. These dudes go down to that building, rob a dude in the lobby, skirt, and get out. But you blame all of this on Tekashi, not on bad decisions. You know why you have an office down there? You have an office down there because you're like, nobody is stupid enough to come down here wanting trouble. Not trying to disrespect nobody, but that's why you get an office near Times Square. Security. Imagine what would have happened. Imagine. Imagine what would have happened, right? If there would have been whoever, let's say somebody goes to try to rob somebody else, not this Tekashi, not Treyway, but let's say that somebody else try to do something similar. But the dude they go inside the building and try to rob, they actually got some dudes that don't nobody know pulled up with them in the car across the street, and them dudes is they ready. Now what happens? It's shootout in the middle of the street down there, where there's army officers with all types of different AKs and all all type of different assault rifles. Now there's a shootout down there. What you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen? Remember last year they had the dude that he was in the car. I think he jumped the sidewalk and he hit a couple of people. What did they do? They immediately started making it so they started putting the jump offs up so cars can't jump. They immediately did. Man, that's not gonna happen again. The YBN face slash. Where did that happen at? What building did that happen at? And did that happen in the middle of the damn day? Because this Treyway thing that happened at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. For everybody that don't know, middle of the day. No, 42nd Street. It was down there, freaking Times Square. Middle of the day. Think about that. So when I'm telling you, crime, crime pushes so much shit. It's that you gotta understand it the way it works. I'm gonna tell you what they was doing. All right, this is what they did back in the 70s and I believe the 80s and maybe even some of the 60s. What they would do is they do that now in gentrification, but they do it at a different level. But what they do now is, and they learned this back then and probably hundreds of years prior, they'll take a community that the government wants total anarchy in that community, so they just remove police. It's not the police officer's fault. It's not the guy who signed up to work with the police. It's not his fault. He didn't do anything wrong. He's going to the places they tell him to go to, and he's doing the job that he's being told to do. It's not the police captain's fault. The police captain is being told that they need the resources somewhere else, so he's sending people other places other than this little tiny community now that is like Amsterdam. Anybody know what Amsterdam is? Show of hands if anybody knows what Amsterdam is. I'm just curious before we go any further. While I'm waiting for people to if you know what Amsterdam is, you don't know what Amsterdam is. Because I want to know how detailed I need this explanation to be. All right, so And there's a show, everybody should probably watch it from the first series on. Every couple of years I watch it again. I try to watch it at least once a year. It's called The Wire. I try to watch all of the seasons, even the third season that I didn't like that much. I think it was the third season where they was doing the doc stuff. But you got to watch The Wire. On The Wire, I believe it was in the fourth or the fifth season. I believe it was the fourth or the fifth season. Nah, it wasn't the fifth season. Yeah, it could have been the fifth season. It could have been the last season. In the fourth or the fifth season of The Wire, there was a police chief, and he was just having a lot of problems, and he was trying to create a situation where it could look like certain neighborhoods it got better policing. The only way to look like certain neighborhoods got better policing is obviously to put more police in these neighborhoods, but also to funnel the negative aspects of whatever the hell was in that community somewhere else. So what this police chief dude did was he made it basically legal to use drugs in a specific couple of blocks. They called it Amsterdam. No police went in to prevent drug use. No police. They just, it was season three. It wasn't season three. Season three, I thought season three was the doc season. I'll tell you what season it is. So that's basically what was going on. So Amsterdam is like when the police say we're gonna let all the crime happen over there and we're just gonna turn our backs and not pay attention. And so they do this in our communities. Season four, thank you. They do this in our communities all the time. All the time they say, you know what? Something is happening. We're gonna move our resources over here to over there. And then when the resources get moved, what happens is more crime happens in the place that the resources gets moved out of. That makes the property value go down. That makes it so if somebody wanted to buy property over there, now they could buy it at a cheaper rate. Then you bring the police back in, property value go back up, you build, and now your property is worth more money. They do it all the time. What the heck is this bunny thing that everybody's putting up? What is that? I don't even care. I'm just gonna ignore it. It's gentrification. Yeah, I mentioned that before I got into this whole conversation. So that's what you gotta understand. Crime controls everything. How much crime is somewhere is gonna control what happens in that area, just like how little crime is somewhere. How much crime is reported, all of that. It controls everything. So when you got a situation where you have people that are just gonna decide that we're gonna, do foolishness, then you have to expect that there's gonna be an uproar. I still 100% am telling you, and this is my belief, unless there's proof that comes out different. New York City police needed a win. They needed a win because everyone was gonna lose in that Trinitario's the thing that happened with Junior. Everybody was losing. I'm gonna tell you how bad everybody was losing. I heard that when those individuals actually made it to Rikers, that their own people that was with them, their own sets, their own gangs, like the gangs that was, they wasn't messing with them. Like there was a ton of them that their own gang members wasn't messing with them for doing that. You understand what I'm saying? Like you brought too much heat down on us. First of all, you killed. That's another reason why you don't kill civilians. If you kill other gang members, it's gonna be reported as gang violence. If it's you killing a civilian, then it's gonna be a gang attack. Get it? Anyway, we'll move on. So, and I believe that that's one of the main reasons why. Don't be surprised when more gangs are being taken off the streets of New York City. But my point is that they have to keep a certain level of gang activity in the city. Shout out to Vegas Shot Boy for the donation. Appreciate you. They have to keep a certain level of gang activity in the city. They can't totally try to get rid of everybody. They can't get rid of all gangs. That's not even wouldn't even work for them because they're not who they arresting. You get it? Do you get it? You can't have the best police in America if y'all don't arrest nobody. You have to have criminals to go after. The best way I could put this is who has the best rogues gallery in comic books? Batman. Why? His freaking criminals is bananas. Think about this 1 second. Batman's criminals don't go to jail. Batman's criminals go to a freaking asylum. Think about that for 1 minute. For 1 minute. Think about that. His criminals don't go to jail. They go to an asylum. They got rid of all the gangs. If they didn't, I heard in Chicago, allegedly, I don't know how true this is, but allegedly, 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 allegedly. Over in Chicago, they was dropping off trucks of guns, throwing them in the community. There's just guns and drugs and all type of other stuff, and they was just dropping it off in Chicago to the gangs out there. Jack, I just wanted to pass info I just put up on to you and others. You can help those guys. What are you talking about? I didn't see whatever you posted last at a point. Did you just send me something? The law got made because of Ricky Ross. This law applies to the non-trade case. Someone needs to help pass this info on. Which law? I saw a video Queen's Flip did. They said there's a law the government can't sell you drugs and allow you to resell those drugs. Man, yeah, that is a law that the government can't actually commit crimes. That's a law. That's a fact. They do. That's how they get around it. That's why they gotta have people like CIA Chris. That's why they gotta have CIA Chris. You feel me? That's why I keep trying to tell people CIA Chris got people hemmed up. They're not even interested in what the hell Treyway is doing if not for people like CIA Chris. You get it? They're not even interested. Just like they did with the Nike truck. They had it on the video. They just come and drop off all types of different sneakers and shit. But I could see why Nike would drop off a truckload of sneakers because them dudes stay on IG. So if you always on IG, you do IG posts, you do internet posts all the time. I mean, it would make sense that a company that has clothes and stuff like that would try to figure out a way to get y'all people some clothes. You're giving us free advertisement, like we're paying for it, but you're gonna be advertising our stuff forever. Um, that's how 13-year-olds got 30-round drums. It's a fact. Technically, CIA Chris is not an agent. Agent of chaos. I sat in that courtroom and heard that dude talk. I'm pretty sure that if he felt like lying to you, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Wiz says you can't get three black people to get together and do anything. But we are good at talking about things that are unproductive. Our people are so dumbed down that they only see value in messiness. I think that to a very large degree, a lot of our people still suffer from a slave mentality, where we're still stuck in the era of making plans, but not caught up to the era of following through. So, real quick, I'm just explain something that I want to say real quick. So, I know somebody personally, right? Very intelligent individual, right? Um, they can do a lot if they just chose to. But this particular individual, not only do they choose not to do nothing with their own life, but they also don't want any people around them doing anything. So if they see you doing something productive, they're gonna try to talk you out of it. If they can't talk you out of it, they're gonna try to get in your way and try to get in your way so you can't accomplish the thing you're trying to do. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta understand people are like this. There's nothing you can do about it. You understand what I'm saying? People are like this. And that's the problem that our people have. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't have the thing, even if I don't want it. I'm still gonna try to prevent you from having it. Because I might want some totally other shit that you don't even care about. But since I can't have that a whole other thing that you don't care about, I'm gonna stop you from having the thing that you want also. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta understand, like, this is how some people work. You gotta keep those things in perspective. Just because we got the same skin, that don't mean that we can. Keep the shit in perspective. Understand who you're dealing with. I have a cousin, Dr. Inky, and he once told me, he said, you can't respect everybody, but you can respect people to be who they are. So stop trying to respect everybody for your morals and for your groundings. Respect people for being who they are. Respect people for the person that they are. So I'm upset at myself because the other day I was at an event and Ladybug was there, and I should have went over there and talked with her, swallow my pride or whatever the case was. Should have went over there and talked with her. She's always so nice. She's always so cool with me and shit like that, but I didn't. You understand what I'm saying? Because I have my flaws just like everybody else have their flaws. And that was just an example of me getting in my own way. That's what I'm saying. I am far from perfect. It's just that I don't think that I should have to stay here all day, every day, telling you about the numerous different ways I am not perfect. That doesn't make sense. Even though there are people that all they want to hear me talk about is the different ways that I am not perfect. That's all they want to hear me talk about. Um, Wiz G says, when you start taking advice from known criminals and all around misfits, do your research. Most of these YouTubers are so-called reformed criminals. I think that whenever you take advice from, whenever you hear advice from anybody, you should take it with a grain of salt, and you should always do your own footwork, and you should always try to get to your own understanding of whatever the thing is that they're talking about, because the way that somebody else is talking about something, it may not affect or work with you the same exact way. So we got to take that into consideration. I think too often people think, oh, this person did this thing and it was great advice for them, but not every size 6 is a size 6. Not every size 3 is a size 3. Them dresses still fit different, you feel me? So I think that's what we need to be on more than anything else. Just because somebody gave us advice, that doesn't mean that we have to take it, even if that advice worked for them. That doesn't necessarily mean that that advice is going to work for me. I have to figure out a way to understand what this person is telling me, because it's not. I keep trying to tell people we are our motivations. So it's the thing that the way that I would apply this particular information might be different than the way that somebody else might apply that particular information. So that the individual is telling you what they're telling you, listen to what they're really saying. I'm going to tell you something in a minute. Hold on. Shout out JJ, keeping a $5 drive alive. He says we live in an era of information, yet we as a people are drowning in ignorance. Any truth to that statement? Yeah. First of all, isn't there a old saying that if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book? I think that comes more from the time that we did not know how to read than anything else, because we were slaves and we didn't understand the language that the words was being written in. I think that's more that than anything else. As far as with the in the book, hiding the book thing. But more important, no, I'm not gonna tell you which Ladybug I'm talking about. You look like one of those people that's gonna go straight to Ladybug's channel and try to troll me and be like, "Yo, Jack Frost is this negative thing. Jack Frost is that." She already knows me. She gonna know you lying. But I'm not gonna put her in a situation where she got to deal with trolls. Um, you'll see her, and she ain't soft. She ain't scared either. Anyway, she's dope. Anyway, point being is, you just comment again so I can get where I was at. Problem is that we can't be told anything. See, I'm gonna tell you what I don't like. I don't like the fact of when we have people that they raise their kids, and their kids might not know why they should do something, and instead of them explaining You can't explain everything. All right, let's just get that clear. You can't explain everything to your kid. I'm not saying that at all, but sometimes you should explain to your kid that this is all I can tell you. Not you're not going to understand this until you're older, because there's certain things that you're just not going to understand until you have more information. So I think just as black people, we're at that point where we only want to do what we think. Like if we don't think stuff, we don't believe it, we don't see it, we don't know it. I have an individual I was trying to help with their company way before I got on YouTube. I was trying to help them with their company. I was trying to explain to them the way that the internet worked, and I was trying to figure out a way to help them with their company so their company could do better. The things that I was saying, they didn't understand, right? So they didn't want me to do those things because they didn't understand those things. There's a saying, and it says that almost all successful people, you know what they do? They go hire somebody that knows more than them. I'm gonna say that again. Almost all successful people, you know what they do? They go hire somebody that knows more than them. Think about that for a minute. After I tried to offer my services to this individual, they turned my services down because they didn't believe in the process. I basically applied all of those I basically took all the stuff that I told them that I was going to do for their particular business and applied that to the BBN network. This is where we at. They're in the same building. They're in the MCC, I believe. Okay, so the Jacqueline Smith says sometimes kids think they're right and don't want to hear what you're telling them. Kids don't have the when you don't have all the information, you're gonna think that you're right about something. Because you're thinking because of the information that you have, this is why you came to the conclusion that you came to. This is when building trust with people becomes very important. It's important to build trust with people because there's going to be times that you're not going to be able to tell a person why you know something. So you need to have built a trust with them. So when them situations come where you can't say, look, this is how come I know this thing, they say, you know what? I have faith in you. So even if I don't know why, pardon me, I got headbutted playing basketball. Shit's just fucking with me today. um by a female on top of that. And then I picked my teeth back up, I put them back in my mouth, and I played like 3 more games and shit. I played till we lost. I was killing them that day though. So what you have to understand is, and this is not me, I'm not knocking nobody, and I'm not knocking nobody. But this is what you have to understand. Um, it's important, like I'm on here every day, right? So it's important that I create a it's important for me to be consistent. It's important for me to be able to supply relevant, incredible information as often as possible. Because there's gonna be times that I'm gonna tell you stuff and I'm not gonna be able to tell you how I know. And I'm gonna need for you to just bear with me until the opportunity comes for whatever I'm talking about to be exposed as the truth. Um, That's why when people come on here, sometimes be like, "How do you know?" And I'm like, and then I'm thinking in the back of my head, well, this isn't a person that I have to worry about because they definitely don't have the contacts I have. But that's what we have to take into consideration. That when we have children, we have to try to build a trust there, because sometimes we're not going to be able to tell them why, you know. So they have to be able to have faith and trust in us that when we say don't or when we say do it, that it's a go or it's not. You feel me? So some of this stuff that we go through is just bad parenting. Uh if some of the stuff we go through, some of the stuff that people go through is just bad parenting. Um, well, the best thing I could say is this, Jacqueline Smith. I have people come into this chat all the time and try to tell me, grown folk, and try to tell me that I'm wrong about stuff that they don't know nothing about one way or the other. And their whole point is that if I can't explain to them and get them to believe how I'm right about the thing, that I have to be wrong about the thing. So it'll be whatever minute detail, and they're gonna want me to come on here and talk about it for 40 minutes, 50 minutes straight, sometimes the whole entire show, in order to, I don't know what they're trying to do. But the point is that some when you're speaking with somebody who has less information than you, you can't talk about the same thing the same way. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna try to figure out one of these days. None of us is a perfect parent. Yeah, I think people don't have critical thinking skills. I think most people lack critical thinking skills just in general. I think that it's not something that's taught. I'm very fortunate that it was taught in my school. We literally had a class, I believe, called critical thinking. So, when I was in elementary school, I believe we had a not a class, but no, yeah, class basically, where we actually spoke about critical thinking, and we discussed it, and they taught us how to think, not just to think. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why another problem I think I have with I was having a conversation with somebody today. So I don't want to blow them up because they did the thing I asked them to do, but I was having a conversation with somebody, so I tried to go up to a person and say, well, you probably don't want to do this thing right here, because this thing, if you do this thing, you're gonna expose yourself in a way that you might not want to. I personally don't care if you do the thing or not, whatever, nigga. Part of my language, but I'm like, whatever. But instead of them taking it as me trying to, help you out, I'm telling you something, so you have the option to make your own decision whether you want the world to see you in a certain way. Instead of them taking it like that, they took it as I'm trying to tell them how to do this or how to do that with their own stuff. And it was absolutely not the message I was talking about. They went totally left with it. But you got to understand, some people, they don't know how to think, and I think that's a big problem that we have in our communities now, in our culture in America. Some people, they just don't know how to think. They weren't taught to how to think. So even when you're having a discussion with them, they can't think of anything except for the first level of what they're hearing, and then to reply. They can't hear, digest the information, think about how it affects them, think about how it affects the world, and then reply. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's fourth dimensional thinking. Third dimensional thinking is how something affects you. Information that you have affects you. That's third dimensional thinking. Fourth dimensional thinking is when you can then process that information, and you understand how that information affects whatever it is, the subject affects the outside world. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people, they can't get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you're having conversations with people, only thing that they could process is how this is going to affect me. What am I going to get out of it? How is this bad for me? How is this something I don't want to do? How is this something I do want to do? They can't even process that, and also at the same time process how this is going to affect the way the outside world, and then also then back to how the outside world is going to affect me due to this particular information. So a lot of people, they can't think on that level. You understand what I'm saying? It's not possible. So no, it is what it is. I mean, every once in a while when we get an idiot come in here and say something stupid, I ask them pretty simple questions. And if you really pay attention to the simplicity of the simple question usually has a lot to do with, either a third or fourth dimensional thinking, how we affect the outside world, how we affect the outside world, and how the outside world affect our world. So a lot of it'll be a simple question, but to them they'll be like, "How does that make any sense? That don't make any sense." And I'm like, "See, you can't even see the forest for the trees. So it is what it is." Um. Oh, what was my thought process? Or you saying just in just specifically, like, no, in general? Pardon me. You talking about in general what somebody's thought process is, or how personally my thought process is? Because I really can't sit here and explain my thought process. um, one, there's gonna be so many people. Like if I try to explain like my thought process, there's gonna be so many people that's just not gonna get it, and that's gonna be a whole nother conversation. Although I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a ton of people who do get it. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be. We got 270 people in here. I don't think there's no reason why 270 people shouldn't be able to understand. But you're gonna have a ton of people, and they're not gonna get it. Yeah, Diddy is not managing Tekashi 6ix9ine as far as I know. If anybody knows anything other than reports on it, let me know. If anybody has reports on it, please let me know. But as far as I know, Diddy is not managing no Tekashi 6ix9ine. That don't even make business sense. Common sense says this generation is lacking critical thinking skills because of all of the gadgets that just give them answers and they react like robots. No, I think that this generation is lacking critical thinking skills because of the way that our school systems have changed in order to keep financing. Think about that for a minute. You can't sue somebody for doing a documentary, man. can't sue somebody for doing a documentary. At least I don't believe you can. See, let's check this and see if anybody's ever been successfully sued for documentary production. Netflix sued over afflicted documentary for portraying subjects as lazy. See, they didn't get sued because of the content. They got sued. They ain't get sued because of the subject. They got sued over the content. Netflix is being sued over Fire Festival documentary. Netflix is being sued for Fire Festival documentary. This time, the legal action is coming from Austin Mills, a former collegiate basketball player who claims that Netflix stole the festival footage he recorded. Footage was recorded. That's why he's being sued. From what I hear, the footage that they have, they bought. Showtime. Um, so I don't see how they can be sued. They said Michael Jackson estate suing HBO for 100 million over tell-all. And I think they might win because they got Michael Jackson's estate got enough money to be chasing HBO down forever. So they might win that one. That one they might win. They got enough money to be chasing HBO down forever. Yo, let me tell y'all some funny shit, yo. Hold on. Real funny shit. I just want to make a quick break. I'm telling you. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm tell you some funny shit when I come right back. Some super funny shit. Apologize about that. Something happened. I gotta pull up. I gotta go do something. But I'm gonna explain something real quick. What was I just about to tell you? I read something and something jogged my memory. Thought process, common sense, 18-month cogs, bench. Why you wanna know how much I bench? Generation lacking common sense, creative skills. Man, I was about to tell you a funny ass story about something. I forgot what it was, but it was. Oh, let me tell you a real quick funny story before we go out. All right, so y'all know when I'm in the street and I'm doing my lives, right? I don't know who lives in New York City, who don't live in New York City. But one of the things I'm gonna advise for every single person that lives in New York City, don't take the advice of homeboy that was telling me that when I'm doing lives out in public and I'm walking down the street, I shouldn't look for traffic. Dude basically said I shouldn't look at traffic. I shouldn't look around at my surroundings to see what's going on. I shouldn't do none of that. He basically was just saying when I'm doing my live and I'm out in the public and I'm walking, I should only be looking at my phone like this, not paying attention to any of my surroundings. And I say all that to say this. Dude, you're a weirdo. Okay? You're a weirdo. Anybody, if you walking through New York City, please don't keep your head down. Please don't try to avoid observing your surroundings. Please do this. I was taught at a very young age that we pay attention to what's happening around us for our own safety, and it's just common now. This is just the way that I move. So please pay attention to what's happening around you. You don't never know. You might be able to save a kid from getting hit by a car. You might not go into that store that just has a shootout. You don't know what might happen. Please pay attention to your surroundings. We need everybody to be here tomorrow. I love y'all. I love y'all. Positive thoughts for positive things to happen, man. Please don't. If somebody tries to make fun of you, pay attention to what the source is. I live in New York City. Dudes telling me I'm supposed to be walking around like this, just looking at my phone, never looking up, not paying attention to cars, not paying attention to if any weirdos is coming around me. I just gotta look at my phone like this whenever I'm doing a live, nothing else. Like, come on, man, you a weirdo. Oh man, this is New York City. You can't give it up like that, man. That's instant. Put yourself in a bad situation. This is New York City, man. Nah, they always dislike the channel. Don't even get mad at them. I'm happy that it does the same thing as a like. So shout out to y'all hitting the like button. It does the same thing as a like. So shout out to y'all for hitting the like button and not knowing it. You guys are the best. Anyway, I gotta go. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Please show up for tonight's show tonight. We're gonna drop a couple of videos and there's a couple of stories that we're gonna be getting on. Yeah, sometimes I look at chicks' asses. That's a whole fact. I'm walking around. If I see an attractive woman, I'm probably gonna look at her. That's a whole fact. Don't let nobody tell you different. That's a whole fact. I'm gonna see an attractive woman. There's a good chance I'm gonna look. So Charlie Santana said that, by the way. So I don't know. People are weirdos, yo. People are weirdos. People are whole weirdos. You really think in New York City, people are walking around and not looking nowhere but directly in front of them, not looking nowhere to the side of them? Like everybody's walking in New York City, and the only thing they're looking at is everything that's directly in front of them. They're not paying attention to nothing else. Like, come on, man. I don't know what to tell you. These people are crazy. Anyway, that's all we got on this one. I love y'all. Everybody enjoy y'all day. Do something for you today. Today, do something for yourself. Do something that makes you happy. Do something that brings up your spirits. And please, don't let it be something that hurts somebody else's. We're not trying to hurt other people, but do something for yourself today. Let's have a selfish day. You want a piece of that damn chocolate cake? Go eat a piece of that damn chocolate cake. You want to go blow $20 on lottery tickets? Go blow $20 on lottery tickets. He don't know. He don't know what? Oh, Star Life is saying that dude don't know. No, dude don't know. He's a weirdo. I think I blocked him. I was like, I don't want to deal with this. So I'm not gonna lie. If you write a comment and I read the comment and be thinking, oh man, I don't want to deal with this, I'm probably just gonna block your ass. Yes, this is a self-care day. Thank you, G's up. That's what we're gonna call it. Self-care. Today's a self-care day. Anyway, that's all I got on this one. I love y'all. Everybody enjoy your day. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.